Right, okay, hello. Sorry about not uploading yesterday. I had quite an eventful day. Um, but yeah, it's a Saturday and I'm uploading, so it's a good thing. At least I'm on my job. Right. Um, let's go straight into today or Friday's trade. Let me actually pull up my report. No, sorry, my notebook. Give me one second, guys. Let me pull up Forex Factory for you guys. So, on Forex Factory, yesterday we had CPI come out. Okay, so CPI, we have very volatile news, and yeah, see 8:30 was gonna spike. Okay, so let's just look at the weekly and the daily analysis. So daily, we see that we're just in a very large range. Yeah, all right, we can see we're in a massive range, and not a lot's going on. Okay, we're very choppy. We're kind of in a bit of an uptrend on ES, but and keep paints the better picture of us being in a straight range. Okay, we want to see one side of this range get taken out before we then obviously have a continuation somewhere. So let's see if we're going to be the downside to take out pockets of liquidity like here. Check if the weekly actually has any pockets of liquidity over here. Yeah, so we got a massive rally up here, another one, um, order block, stuff like that. All right. Um, anything on ES? Yep, another rally up. So, you know, you never know because we're practically trading at all-time highs. So it's either going to rally on high and we're going to form new highs, and I'm going to have to study on how to trade all-time highs, or we have pockets of liquidity to actually draw to. Anyway, so I said that daily we're in a very large range. Given today's news, we might take out one side of the range, which would help determine next week's price. If it does not break out of the range, we can expect next week to break out. Okay. I can't tell if I'm ill or what. Anyway, now let's go into the 4 hour. This is let us quickly jump down. So we can see here we have a bullish rally up, right, on both pairs. Bang, bang. Okay. Let's just quickly zoom. Right, price steps into it at around midnight. Say midnight, yeah. So London open kind of. We can see we traded on into a discounted range, right, of the daily. That was on that voice crack. Is this a daily range? Yes, it is. So we can see we've traded back down into a discount. Okay, back down into a discount. So in this position, right, I was quite looking for longs, right? Given that we respected this fair value gap when either 8:30 hit or 9:30 open. Okay. And my possible idea was that we retrace back into this massive 4 hour bearish rally gap on both pairs assets. Okay, on the hourly. Okay, we see not a lot. It's not showing a lot of information apart from one thing that I think I missed, which was yeah, we had a bullish rally up get disrespected. Okay, we had a bullish rally up right here get disrespected. Or if anything, looking back now, it got respected. All the bodies of the candles remain in the rally gap, right? So I'll take that as actually being respected. Another bearish rally up, respected. Yeah, taps in, moves low. Okay. Um, Same thing here. Just about hits it, continues low. Okay. Um, so what I did is I started beginning to learn a little bit on daily profiles. Um, and hold on, let me actually zoom forward a little bit so you guys can actually see the inverse rally gap working a lot better. So, um, where is it? What time is this? It's a bit confusing. Right, did I draw it out? Uh, okay, I'm a bit confused. Is it here? It's not that one. No, shit, it is. Sorry, yeah, so I was right. It's this one here. Right. Okay. Anyway, um, yeah. So I'm beginning to study a little bit on daily market profiles because I feel like that's important. Um, you kind of get a gist of how the market moves and what's going to happen exactly. Yeah. So is this the 26th? Okay, it's 9:30. Let's actually go back in. Back in time a little bit. Let's go like to around midnight. Okay. So we have midnight open. Right. So what do we see? Let's just okay, price is below, price is lower. Okay. What I was waiting on, I was looking for London. Okay. I was going to see what's London doing. Now we had source of liquidity somewhere. Where did it go? Source of liquidity. I think it posted its own low, and that was a key lower. So was this low? Yeah. Which I marked up myself. Let's do that. Just copy it, paste it here. Right. So let's see. You can see I actually removed a whole bunch of shit on there. Thank you. It's not very good. Yeah. So pressure is lower. Okay. And remember, I was trying to see this get respected, and that's the target here. Right. Very, very simple trade. Right. Why is that happening? Price doesn't really do a lot. Does it take it out? Yes, it does. Right. Now, during London, we can see that we kind of had a reversal of some sort, but looking back at it now, all that happened is price just simply traded back into equilibrium. So this is our range, right? What does price do? Just trade straight back into equilibrium. I think even if I took that extreme high, we would be trading back straight into equilibrium, which it did. Okay. From this point, I should have kind of clocked that we are in a consolidation. Like, it was very fair. Nothing important happened during London. Okay, we didn't actually take out any key levels because we see this is after London. London is at around 5, so it comes out and takes out maybe these highs. See, market actually does nothing on ES. Okay. Please don't tell me I removed the setups. Did I get rid of them? Okay, I did. In that case, I'll just show you guys a journal. But yeah, we can see on the 5 minute that we've moved lower. Okay, we've moved lower, and now we're getting to move higher. London looks like it's consolidating on ES, right? And then trading higher on NQ. Okay. Um, in the 15 minute, we can see that London, right? This is what I was speculating. Okay, we can see that London is beginning a reverse to the upside, so the market opens lower and London reverses higher. Okay, this is the manipulation leg. Ideally, New York would follow through and have a continuation. Okay, so London reversal, New York continuation. In other words, remain bullish. Okay. Now, manipulation to some key level during New York to the downside would give more information on what the market wants to do, aka these lows. All right. Now, let me actually just move these here now. So, London had failed to take out that low within the 4-hour gap. Okay, seems to be closing it instead. Right. So we see London doesn't take out this low. Okay, London does not take it out. Right, it gets swept, but this is at 6 a.m. Okay. Prior to 8:30. Okay. We see a source of liquidity happen on market open. So let's just quickly, yeah, bang, boom. Right, we sweep liquidity here. We have an SMT here. Okay, I'm not touching anything. Why? Because CPI was coming out in 8 minutes. I'm pretty sure it was coming out in 8 minutes. So yeah, I didn't touch anything. Right, so let's actually look at CPI. What happens at CPI? Do 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 do. Where's the time? Okay, we still got it to go. We can see we're just chopping. We're just chopping. Obviously, waiting for CPI to come out. And does it come out here? Yep, it came out here. So we had a volatile spike. What looks like to be a 5 minute probably fairly fill. Yep. So does that, shoots up, takes up both sides of liquidity here. We see massive accumulation. Nothing important gets swept out here. And yeah. Now, let me show you guys my TradeZilla because I got rid of the things. I'm a dumbass. So, CPI opened and rallied up. Okay. I hope to see a retracement down into this change in displacement, change in the state of delivery displacement leg. Okay. And continue higher at 9:30. Right. So, this was from 15 minutes. So, it was here. And then we made that range. And I was hoping for price to come back in here before we'd rally on higher. Okay. Just before 9:30 a.m. open, we can see that NQ had yet another S&T, okay, on the lows. ES looks like it's took out consolidation lows, whilst NQ is also holding power. Right, so I'm either waiting for a change in the state and delivery on the 15-minute, or a retracement low into a heavily discounted lower time frame for value gap. Okay, so I wanted price to actually rally up a little bit and then retrace back, and then continue off the move. Right, post market analysis. So market opens up, and we quickly void out these S&Ts. Okay, so we can see that volatile candle. And this was the first trade idea, right? So we had a change in the same delivery here. This is our displacement leg, and you had fair value gap, and I wanted to get entered on this 5-minute gap here, right? So what ends up happening? I actually get entered on this trade. Okay, we have a little candle move up, and very quickly get stopped out. Okay, very quickly within 3 minutes I get stopped out because why we targeted these lows. Now I should have paid attention to this because we have. Sorry, you're gonna hear my little brother. You're gonna hear my little brother. His wheel has come off his car. Thank you. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. So yeah, we have these lows here that resided. Remember, London did not take them out. So this was kind of the New York reversal. But even then, the where the market was incorrect. Okay, market proceeded to continue moving lower. I might have entered too early in this trade. Those lows from prior to news coming out, and so there are definitely loads of pending orders there. I'll try to re-enter on a more defined setup. So here are our last 1%. Okay. Um, and I was saying if that was the manipulation, then price will continue higher, right? Stop loss is set at that low. We have a change in the state of delivery right here, okay, and a large displacement leg, okay. So what do you see? This is trade idea. So we have a change in the state of delivery on the 5-minute right here. This is our displacement leg. I'm looking for a discounted entry, okay. I'm also risking 0.5%, so motion does not get involved, and obviously stop loss is at this intermediate low. I think it was on the 1 minute. Was it? Yeah, intermediate low on the 1 minute. I think I showed it here. Yeah, it was on the 2 minute actually, on the 2 minute. So yeah, I got entered on this trade, and price chops, and it actually rallies up into the 15-minute. No, it's the hourly fair value gap. I'm pretty sure rallies into an hourly fair value gap. So I take off a contract. I took 3 contracts off, and I said I will try my stop loss to break even if we get loads of displacement through the fair value gap. So if we push through it, okay. Price ends up doing that, and my stop loss goes to break even. Okay, I don't risk it. I take another 2 contracts off. So I say I will. When the highs on NQ are swept. Okay. No, sorry. When it was here, they did get swept, and it ended up not happening. Right. So trade hits break even. All right, we hit back straight back down, and that's it. For the rest of the day, I want to show the chart. Show the chart again. We can see that it was a straight chart. Right, the whole day. It's quite expected, especially since we had like quite a large range day. Sorry guys. But yeah, so we can see we had an extremely large range week. We had uh Thursday. We had Thursday have make a large candle. We had um Monday was quite indecisive. Trades lower, trades lower, trades lower, trades lower. Okay. Now, lessons learned from today's session. So on the first trade, I felt like my entry was too early. I should have paid attention to those lows because they were the New York or pre New York AM open lows. Okay. Given that CPI rallied from those points, it would be a clear area to sweep out and take out sell side liquidity. Another thing is that I should have looked at the 15-minute or the 5-minute time frame to at least assess if we had broken out of the range. At that time, we did not end up doing so. This trade could have been avoided had I paid attention to us remaining in a consolidation. I remember PP trading, the guy Blake, and I don't know the other guy's name. I think it's Paul. talking about how if you journal, right, you're gonna see most of the time you get stopped out. When you get like most of the time you get stopped out, it happens within a consolidation, which is something I'm beginning to see quite often. So we had yesterday, same thing happened. So you were chopping. Um, can I actually see anything of um, what happened here? Um, yeah, see, look, we can see we're just chopping on the 1 minute. Okay. Um, uh, we zoom out, right? We can see we're just chopping. Right? We're just chopping the entire time after the morning move. Right. Anyway, back to it. Yeah. So that lesson learned. So if we can see that we are still trading within a range and have not had a 5 minute, 15 minute time frame breakout out of the range, it is likely that the trade should be voided and left. Right. Nothing was the market more than patience and being still. Second trade. Repeating off what I said above, we don't have a clear breakthrough out of the range. This would have been better to simply wait and not trade, right? Simply waiting would have resulted in me not taking the trade, and that's completely fine, right? I made a little bit back on that trade, but it's so minimal, it's quite literally irrelevant, doesn't matter. I'm not worried about the money, I'm worried about understanding the market, okay? Um, Price pushed into that hourly bearish rally up and then pushed lower, causing me to get stopped out of break even, okay? Overall, I think the bias today was read correctly, okay? It is just the case of CPI coming out and we just consolidated. Okay, we're in a discount followed by 4 hour bullish rally gap. During London, we've not reached any key levels, and New York pre-market open, we reached down to a key level which began the reversal. Right, so that initial move down to the key level was the manipulation. CPI, I think, fucked this day as we had severe volatility coming in during 8:30. Key things to take away are pay attention to what price is doing. Right, if it is not trending in a particular direction, it is best to avoid entering a trade in these conditions, as it will end up the same way that this day occurred as well as yesterday. Just because 9:30 opens, it does not mean you have to take a trade at 9:30:01 a.m., okay? Meaning to slow down. First trade got avoided because I entered the market too early and not reading key levels properly. Had I taken the extra time and pointed out those key levels of sell-side liquidity, okay, um, maybe there would have been a potential for a better setup somewhere around here, right? But it coulda, shoulda, woulda, you know? It's just best to just slow down, okay? Um, I saw an SMT occur on the lows and forgot about it, which is illogical, right? So just because an SMT formed here, right? I was like, you know what, these aren't getting hit again, right? Which is not, it's not true, especially since 9:30 did not open up, right? Now over the weekend, I told myself I'm going to backtest. I'm trying to involve changes to state of delivery more, as it's quite a strong confluence that makes sense to me, as well as study a little bit more on market on daily market profiles. And then this is just a bit irrelevant, but I was thinking I might just change the account balance from like I think right now it's 50K. No, it's 100K to something more realistic, like I don't know, 100, no, sorry, £1,000, $1,000, $10K, so I kind of get like a more realistic feeling when it comes to trading, right? Because you know I'm making a fucking 3K, 3% off a trade, and then obviously not having to work for the rest of the month or something like that, you know. For now, anyway. But yeah, that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe you guys maybe learned something from it. You can tell I don't really sound the best. I don't know why. I think my friend maybe you. But yeah, I'm a strong motherfucker. No one, I don't get it. Right. Anyway, um, yeah, I'll see you guys. Actually, just before we end it, I wanna quickly have a look at next week's calendar. Clearing count at 2 a.m. So Monday we have nothing. Clearing count at 2 a.m. CPI again on Wednesday. FMC meeting minutes are 2 p.m. So that's gonna be nasty work. Unemployment claims 8:30. Friday is a whole fucked up day. God damn. I'm actually looking at the wrong thing. We just clear that out. There we go. We're back. Right. Yeah, Friday is still a very heavy day. Um, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. That's it, man. That's it. I'll see you lot on Monday. Bye bye.